Hey guys, how's it going? Well, another vlog today. So, good week so far. Um, been working out almost every day. I had to take 2 days off because the gym was closed. Well, I shouldn't say that. On New Year's Eve, the gym closed at like 1 o'clock, and I don't work out until like 6 or 7 at night. And so it was closed for me. And then the next day, of course, it was closed. So I didn't get to work out those 2 days, which I wish I would have because I've been noticing the weight loss and everything happening more rapidly. Um, some numbers. Are you guys ready for numbers? Well, pretty excited. I am down to 382. So that's 88 pounds lost so far, and I'm about a week away from my 4 month surge anniversary. Um, I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm feeling pretty good about that. That's about 3 pounds from last week. Technically, it's four, just because once again I made the video, weighed in, and I was 386 again, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So, um, that's no big deal. I really, at this point, it doesn't matter. Working out has really helped me. I feel great, and now it's time for accountability. You guys want some accountability? My accountability is as follows. I, during the holidays, probably ate a little bit more carbs than I should have. I had a cinnamon roll, which, remember, only thing I really dump on is sugars. How I was able to eat this cinnamon roll, it was like the store bought cinnamon roll that comes in like a square, and then you have your little section, and just covered in icing. I think this had like apple like filling in it too and stuff. So how I did not dump, I have no clue. It took me. I grazed on it. I didn't eat it in one sitting. There's no way I could have eaten that in one sitting. But I had really been struggling, wanting my pastas and stuff like that too. So I had had some pastas, and then of course I told you about the Chicago stuffed crust pizza, or stuffed pizza. It's not stuffed crust. That's Pizza Hut. But with just all that cheese, and I'm sure a lot of fat and a lot of calories, and I done that, and I've been really pushing what I should be doing. Then the weight loss helped me to go, okay, no more bull crap. What's going on? And one was I wasn't working out the way I should be working out, or at least as hardcore as I know I need to work out. But then also I was just putting junk into my body. And what was awesome was I took a couple days to really think about it, just really spend some alone time and be like, what's going on? Because obviously old habits were coming up, and I'm not good with that. So I started thinking about it, and I realized, well, it's not that I realized anything. It was more that I just had this like change of mindset when I got alone, got with God, and was just like, what's going on? I now look at things a lot differently. Carbs are retarded, wasted calories. When I look at the cinnamon roll that I ate had no value. It was a filler. And once I realized that that was just a filler, that I was going to get no nutrition out of it, I was going to get nothing out of it, what I started doing is I started looking at things like spaghetti and fettuccine alfredo and mac and cheese and things like that I still kind of crave sometimes. And I'm like, wait a minute, they're just fillers too. It's just a bunch of junk that you're putting in yourself that really has no nutritional value. I mean, carbs are really not that terrific for you. And people are like, well, you need them when you're working out, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you know what? That's excuses, because you could put positive things in your body and your body's still going to burn it. And so there's no real need for a lot of carbs. You can live your life without carbs and still have energy and whatever else carbs is supposed to give you. I've always been told carbs are energy. You can get that somewhere else. You know, I don't have major issues with the sugars. One, because I dump if I do the sugars, but I've never been a sugar freak, and so, but definitely the carbs is something. I was a carb whore. Can I say that? Yeah, it's my channel, right? So with that epiphany came a major change and paradigm shift in my life, and I made stir fry, a really healthy stir fry with. I just used a little Pam spray and was able to. I more steamed the vegetables with a little Pam spray than anything. I put the lid on and just let it kind of simmer in there. I did use some light soy sauce and the La Choy soy sauce, and that kind of gave it that stir fry flavor that I wanted to. Usually I use peanut oil and all that kind of stuff, and I'm staying away from that junk. But I was able to do just enough to kind of give it the flavoring and everything. And but I did my vegetables and I did my water chestnuts, which I'm a water chestnut freak, and did it with chicken, and it was great. But then I went back to usually I would eat it with rice, obviously, and this time it was like I made the rice for my wife and my daughter, but I didn't eat any of the rice, and I felt really good about that. And I still got everything I wanted, and realized all I was doing was I wasn't putting the filler in me. I've gone back to measuring my food. Before it was just kind of like, put a sensible thing on your plate and then kind of eat. And then if you start feeling like you're satisfied or you're done, just push it away. And that's great, but now that I've been working out more and burning calories, I do get hungry, and I'm not a snacker. I do snack occasionally. I have some nuts and stuff like that I'll eat, but I'm not really a guy that just sits around and snack. I never had a problem with potato chips or anything. In fact, rarely are there even chips in my house. It's usually if there's a party or something like that, we'll have some leftover chips, but I don't keep chips in the house. So never had a problem with snacking. Don't feel like snacking. I know people are like, oh, it's good to snack and all that kind of stuff. Well, maybe it'd be good to snack once I hit my goal, but right now, if I don't need to snack, I'm not going to snack. Um, a snack for me is a protein shake, so which is a good thing. With that said and done, started hitting the gym pretty hard. And since I've been hitting the gym pretty hard, one is I've been consistently watching the weight go down. But there's a huge change. One, I feel great. And two, I really feel like now I have even more of a testimony of saying, hey, the surgery was great, but it is just a tool. My weight loss slowed down quicker than other people's, but nothing changed. I'm still going to fight. And so now I'm at the gym and I'm fighting with the gym. So, yeah. Um, Other than that, my small or my off-scale victories, I think is what they're called. Off-scale victory. Two. One, I'm in my 54s. Woohoo! So the 54s are great. They feel fine. Still have a little bit of a spare tire, but it's more of like the donut spare tires that you have, like the little ones where you kind of giggle when you see the car driving down the street with that. More than just a full-size spare tire, which is a good thing. Last week it was a full-size spare tire, but also my legs were so tight in the jeans that it was like I just couldn't. I wouldn't even want to sit down in them. I'm afraid that they would just peel off me like the Hulk. And so I was like, no way. Put them on today, and the only thing that's snug is like my waistline, and it's nothing that I can't live with. So I used to wear jeans so tight that it would hurt my stomach. I get stomach aches and stuff from it. This isn't like that. So this is just, it's snug, and it's something I got used to because my other pants have always been so big since I've been losing the weight that it's like putting on a pair where you actually have to kind of go when you go to do that little to button them up and zip them up. It's a little bit different. So, but I've been sitting in them for a few hours now, and they feel great. I haven't put on a belt yet or anything, but they feel great. Seconds, and this is the big one for me. I went to Target last night, and it was time to buy undershirts. Undershirts, I always wear them a little snug because you're not supposed to be looking at them. They're just kind of. I wear them more like for a bro effect, and that's a Seinfeld thing, bro brawl, to make sure that the jigglies are all staying where they're supposed to, and that they're not all like, as I'm walking down the street, I'm not like, here's my boob. Oh, and here's my boob, so, and here's my belly, I don't want to do that. So, um, I went in to buy 2X shirts. I've been wearing 3X, but I've been noticing the neck's been getting bigger, and I've been wearing 3Xs for 4 or 5 years now. But I noticed, I'm like, man, my necks are getting wide on these things. That's really weird. These usually don't do that. And I noticed one day what was going on. When I tuck in my shirt, I usually put my shirt on and then I pull my pants up and button them so that my shirt's inside of my pants, my undershirt, and I'm sitting on them completely. They actually go down below the little crease in my butt. So they're actually covering my legs. And so it's time to get smaller shirts. And when what happens, I'm sitting down and I'm stretching the neck back. So I went to go buy some 2Xs and thought, oh, I can go to a regular store and buy 2Xs. 3Xs I usually have to get from a big and tall. So I went in there to get them. Of course, here's just the funny story of it. I actually pick out so you got the whole row, and I go to pick out the package and I think, man, these are really stuck. And so I rip them out. And when I do, the entire aisle, all these are being held back there. The packages have kind of like this spring load thing that keeps what's called facing all your products. So it pushes the new product up so it always looks like all the products are out front. Well, they're being pushed against this piece of plexiglass. Well, apparently this plexiglass is just kind of slot in there. And so when I take it out, I pop that plexiglass out, and the entire aisle of undershirts all just go and just all come out. I empty the entire thing, and I'm holding them. I'm looking, and there's this guy that's just a little bit down, and he's like, "Oh my good lord!" And I'm like, "Not my fault," and I walk away. So it was terrible. Actually, I grabbed the wrong one, and so I had to go back and get another one, and they were still laying out, and there was a couple employees there, and I'm like, I did this. I'm sorry, and they're like, it's no big deal. It happens a lot. I'm like, okay, great. So I'm like, do I put this back on the shelf or just throw it on the floor? She's like, just throw it on the floor. I'm like, okay. So I threw it down and grabbed the new one. So as I'm walking out, the first time I was there, as I'm walking out, I walk by and I'm in kind of like the workout section. And I thought, I wonder if it's time. I saw some basketball shorts, and I really like basketball shorts because they had a real wide um, band. So I'm like, I wonder if I could fit into a 2X because they had a 2X. The 2X was right down the front. It was almost saying, Stanley, buy me, Stanley. So, I hugged it and I told it was my friend, and we went off to the changing room, and they fit. And not only did they fit, but they fit really well. I mean, it was one of those things where it's like I didn't know whether to scream or cry or what to do. It's like I'm gonna buy these, and they were like $15. When was the last time I spent $15 on an item of clothing? I mean, big and tall, we're looking at the last shorts I bought, which were 3X. They're Reebok. They're just mesh shorts. They're nothing special. They cost me like $35. That's more than half off of what the shorts, and these are nicer shorts. So I got them and I love them. And I got home and I still have my old 6X shorts that I had gotten before my surgery, and I put them up to my 6X, and I'm like, ooh, it was so exciting. So I that was a very good thing, and I was very happy with that. I did order a smaller workout shirt today. I did have to order that from Big and Tall. It's supposed to be delivered today, so I think I'm ready for a 3X. I have some 3Xs in my house that are like old ministry shirts. They're really snug and tight, but they're all American Apparel, which they're meant to be fitted shirts, and so big people should not wear American Apparel. So I'm not surprised I can't wear those, but I think I might be able to wear this shirt. My 4X shirt that I bought to work out in just like the last week of November is really baggy on me. And so I think it's time that I get a smaller shirt. So I ordered another shirt for working out. So that's about it. I'm going to leave you with that. Please comment. I love comments. They make me happy. They make me joyous. And I'm trying to respond again. I think I've responded to all of the comments on my last video. There you go. So I hope you guys are all having a great week, and we'll see you next week.